Poke Nerds, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here. Today we are talking about Astral Radiance, particularly the booster boxes and the set as a whole. But the reason we're talking about Astral Radiance booster boxes is they are the last of the Trainer Gallery booster boxes. And the Trainer Gallery sets from Sword and Shield are Astral Radiance, Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, Silver Tempest. They are the last of those booster boxes that can be purchased right around $400. You're starting to see those listings get eaten up by the consumers. And to me, this is really your last opportunity to get Astral Radiance under $500. And I do want to be 100% transparent. I have two Astral Radiance booster boxes sitting up on a shelf behind me. So I have a very small position in Astral Radiance. This has nothing to do with my position. This is just when you're looking at Sword and Shield, when you're looking at getting some of these booster boxes in your collection, it's really almost time to where you're starting to look at minimum half of $1,000, $500, right? I think that if you want Astral Radiance, now is really your last opportunity to get in before it eclipses 500. And I think it's going to eclipse 500 very quickly based on what's going on around it. It's the cheapest booster box from the Trainer Gallery series of sets by a wide margin. You do look at Silver Tempest. Its TCG player market price is $448. It has been going up, but the lowest list is actually $465 for Silver Tempest, and there's only a couple of listings that are actually below the $500 price point for Silver Tempest. Now, when I compare Silver Tempest and Astral Radiance, Silver Tempest does have the Chase Alt Art Lugia that is a much bigger chase than anything in Silver Tempest or in Astral Radiance. I do, however, think that Astral Radiance has a little bit better depth, but they're comparable in terms of their depth. The real difference between Silver Tempest and Astral Radiance is that Lugia alternate art is one of the biggest chases of the Sword and Shield era. So then you look at Brilliant Stars as well, and Brilliant Stars is well over $500 now per booster box. The lowest list here is, $540, $547.50 plus, including shipping. So this is another set that it has great depth. It also has a Charizard at the top, has probably the best trainer gallery of them all in terms of having all the evolutions in that trainer gallery. It's a beautiful set, no question about it. But you're not getting it under $500 unless you find a crazy deal. And then of course you have Lost Origin, which features the Giratina alt art, and Lost Origin has gone crazy. It doesn't only feature the Giratina alt art. That is by far the biggest chase of the set, and a lot of its price has to do, the Giratina specifically, it's a beautiful art, Shinji Kanda, and it's really difficult to grade in a PSA 10, so that impacts the value in a big way. The lowest legitimate listings here are above $800 for Lost Origin. You also have the Aerodactyl, one of my personal favorite cards. I love all the dinosaur Pokemon. I'm a huge dinosaur nerd, love Jurassic Park, all that good stuff. Although, do not talk to me about Dominion, one of the worst movies I have ever watched. Probably the only Jurassic Park movie I will not watch again. But that's neither here nor there. Looking at Astral Radiance, it's above 400 now. There's a couple listings on eBay below 400. But realistically, looking at these real listings, you don't want to go for a seller on TCG Player that has 0%, right? Obviously, you were looking for 99% or higher for these seller ratings. But 410 plus 89, I mean, you're looking at 420. Nice. For your lowest list here. And then you've got a couple in that range, literally two in that range. Then you get up to 435, including shipping. And that is a little bit of a sketchy thing there with only 3 sales. Everybody's got to start somewhere. And then you're up to 450, and then you're getting to 500. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. So I would strongly recommend, if you enjoy Astral Radiance, if you want to have a position of a Sword and Shield booster box at the best value, in my opinion, it is Astral Radiance. Now, Battle Styles is much cheaper. I don't think it compares as a set favorably to Astral Radiance. It does have the Sleepy Tyranitar V. That is a card that is awesome, highly sought after. So maybe you could also look at Battle Styles, but it does not have the depth. Battle Styles only has the Tyranitar, the Empoleon, the Urshifu VMAX cards and V cards, and that's it as far as like alt arts. Astral Radiance has a lot going for it, and that's why it's a lot more expensive. And the back half, after Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, all that stuff, and Sword and Shield is much more expensive. I do personally love this set. That's why I bought the booster boxes when I did buy them, 2 of them. The Machamp V, it is a really cool art. It's not like some badass version of Machamp in a big battle or anything like that, but it's Machamp helping out with chores. And to me, seeing this Machamp card and then following it up with the Machoke that's in 151, the illustration rare, having those 2 cards together in a collection would be really, really cool. I don't have that, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll end up opening up my Astral Radiance and pulling a Machamp. Not likely, but you never know. But Machamp, the kind of connected storylines with Machamp and Machoke, that evolution line really being helpful to a community. One of the reasons I just love the alt arts and the illustration rares and the special illustration rares, all the storytelling that you can get from that. And you've got Starmie V, Misty's Starmie V for all intents and purposes. So the trainer gallery cards from Sword and Shield, if you don't know, it's not like Misty's Starmie V or Cynthia's Garchomp V. It's just that Pokemon as the title of the card, but then the trainer is featured in the illustration. So I think Misty's Starmie V, even at $100, is undervalued, quite frankly. This is a alt art. It is fully textured, unbelievably cool. You obviously would love to have like Misty's Starmie V, Misty's Psyduck, and Misty's Lapras all in a binder page. Really cool stuff there. And there's a ton of great Misty Pokemon cards throughout the history of the TCG. So I think that card actually is undervalued. Again, it's fully textured. I think it's going to be an absolute big chase down the road. It already is $100, right? But I think that card has a lot of room to grow. Origin Form Palkia V. I love this card. It is so cool. Very unique art style. And Palkia, Origin Form Palkia V, Origin Form Dialga V, these are underrated cards in my opinion. I think Garchomp, Cynthia's Garchomp for all intents and purposes, is overshadowed by the Cynthia's Garchomp and Destined Rivals. I think that's fair. I think it's fair to say that this Palkia and Dialga are somewhat overshadowed by the gold Galarian Gallery versions of these in Crown Zenith, but these are 3 excellent cards. I mean, this top 5 grouping of cards I think is great. And then you've got Beedrill, which is an OG 151 Pokemon, alt art version of this card. I think that's a great card. Hisuian Sneasler, which is a reference to your Legends Arceus game there, climbing. That's really cool. The Hisuian Lilligant V, same thing. You've got Zacian V with Hop. Very beautiful card. And all these black border and silver border alt arts are textured cards. Something to keep in mind. Galarian Moltres V, all these rainbows and golds. I don't really care about that stuff as much. But the Galarian Articuno V, Galarian Zapdos V, it would be very nice to have those 3 cards, the Galarian Legendary Birds, in a binder in a row, and you can do it very cheaply right now. I mean, that's pretty crazy. The Arita, that's just a full art, but very nice full art in my opinion. Not everybody loves them, but I really like the Calyrex cards. Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, Shadow Rider Calyrex V, Ice Rider Calyrex V. And then Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX as well down here. The Kingdra, I love this Kingdra card. I have it in my personal collection. I've pulled it from Astral Radiance before, and I'm a big Kingdra collector. Zamazenta V, another cool one with Hop there. It's a set that has good depth. You've even got, Gardevoir down here, super cheap Trainer Gallery card. The black and gold versions of these Calyrex cards. Hoot Hoot. I mean, that is an underrated card right there. There's a lot of them. Frostmoth, Phalanx, Mightyena. The Bronzong card with Jasmine. Are you kidding me? For $2? Now, the yellow border Trainer Gallery cards are not textured. They're just basically like illustration rares or the precursors to illustration rares. The Cleavor is very cool. You got Flapple down here. I'm not a big fan of the Apple Pokemon, but some people are. Weirdeer, Obstagoon. This is a great set. Abomasnow. $1.28 for Abomasnow illustration rare, basically. Yeah, I think that the Trainer Gallery, a lot of the yellow border Trainer Gallery cards are very undervalued. Even in, this set, some of the silver border alt arts are undervalued, especially Beedrill in my opinion. But yeah, this is a set. If you want a booster box, now is probably your last chance to get it before it eclipses 500 in the next couple weeks at most. So just want to give y'all a heads up on that. I love Astral Radiance. If you love it too, maybe you want to add it to your collection. Just trying to give y'all a heads up. Appreciate you tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.